what's up, everybody? It's Sunday, January. Hell, I don't know exactly what day it is, but anyways, I'm out here again on Missouri public land in mid-Missouri. Going for a short walk this evening. Well, it's going to turn into evening. It's about 2 right now. Brought the AR tonight. I also got my Fox Pro in my bag, so because I plan to be out here close to dusk, so might try to call in a coyote. Funny thing is, I've never called in a coyote while I was trying to call in a coyote. I've killed plenty of them out here on this piece of land in particular. Generally when I'm turkey hunting or deer hunting, just they happen to come by or come into my turkey calls. But I have never been successful in setting out the Fox Pro, setting up a stand, and calling in a coyote. Which kind of baffles me because I know they're all over the place out here. And speaking of turkeys, good news is, as I was driving in here, I saw a bachelor group of 4 big toms run across the road from public onto public, so that's good to see because I didn't see a single turkey this last fall and winter archery season at all. And one of my goals going into this last year's season, was to fill at least 2 of my turkey tags, but just didn't see one. I was like, they disappeared from the lands that I was hunting on. It's crazy. But with that said, a little shed hunt walk here, see what I can find. This is a little piece of this land that I haven't even stepped on since, oh gosh, I think last July. Me and a buddy came out here, tried to squirrel hunt, but I didn't come out here at all during the hunting season for deer and turkeys. See what we can find. I don't know how well y'all can see that, but that is one hell of a shooting shack. It's on private, as you can tell by the purple post and the leaving conservation area sign. That thing's huge. It's got to be 10 by 12 at least. Well, I finally found obvious buck tracks. I've been on following some pretty heavy trails coming out of that little piece of timber and down that road, but I hadn't seen any buck tracks until I entered this little piece of timber here. So we'll give it a follow. Oh wow. It's a pretty healthy rub. It's not the biggest tree in the world, but wow. Starts about a foot off the ground, goes up to just above my belly button. That's pretty cool. Kind of surprised I haven't bumped anything yet. I've come across quite a few piles of poop that looked super fresh. And it's dead calm out here, so I mean, I know the ground's kind of wet, but I think I'd still hear something running off, but nothing yet. So this is the field that I'm planning to make my first stand of the night or evening for coyote hunting. I'm gonna walk. The wind's coming out of the northeast, which is basically that corner. I'm gonna walk down around that way, come up on the other side, and set up to where I'm about 100 yards from that corner. See if I can't call one in off of private land, which is just on the other side of that tree line. A few rubs back in there. There's a trail coming out here. A little scrape here. Another little scrape there. I'm gonna get just on the other side of that little point there, set up. Oddly enough, the wind is not doing the same thing over on this side of the field. It's actually coming, you know, this way, like almost into my face right here, instead of coming out of that corner. So I'm gonna go into that little point and set up. I'm gonna sit here for a few minutes, let things settle down, and then hit the call. Well, it's been about 15 minutes. I ain't seen nothing. My Ophir streak continues. Man, they make it look so easy on TV and other YouTube channels. Throw out a little decoy or just the Fox Pro, turn it on, 10 seconds later, 4 or 5 coyotes running in. Oh well, do a little bit more walking, maybe one more stand for coyotes. Head home, watch the football game tonight. In case you're wondering what I'm using, it's this old Fox Pro. Dad gave it to me after he got a One of the new fancy ones. Does a job. Got to be within about 30 yards of it for it to work. Pretty heavy trail coming in off of the private land on the other side of that fence. We got a, maybe barely see it, there's a big redneck blind back on the other side of the tree line. There's a scrape. There's a scrape. There's a scrape. Probably be a good area to hunt, but it's a heavy trail. It runs back through this clearing, like an old road or something, along the boundary there, that fence line. But I don't like hunting that close to private land. I'm always just afraid that if I do shoot something, it's going to end up on the wrong side of the fence, and then I got to deal with tracking down the owner and all that mess. On the other hand, this is a good spot to turkey hunt. I've killed a few back here in this field in this corner. There's a creek up here not too far that they roost alongside of. Well, this afternoon turned out to be a fairly uneventful walk, coyote hunt. Can't believe I haven't seen a single squirrel today. Just not much stirring tonight. Just a handful of birds, that's about it. I'm also surprised that I didn't run into any other tree stands or any tree stands out here. There's always a car at this parking lot for this part of the area. So it's pretty heavily pressured, but I haven't seen a single ladder stand or a climber somebody's left out here. Well, I'm just about back to the truck. Gonna call this one a loss. Still kind of surprised I haven't found a single shed yet. I mean, yeah, it's still early, but by this time I've usually found at least one from last year, you know, like a year-old shed. Well, I ain't found nothing. Just those couple of deadheads. I'm just glad I hadn't found another one of them. It's still a few weeks before I start really diving into some of my quote-unquote honey holes. So with that said, I'm going to sign off, and I will see you all next time.